Well, good afternoon, Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker, and today is Thursday, the 24th of April, 2025, at approximately 16:25. That'd be 4:25 p.m. Mountain Time, and I am in Laramie, Wyoming, and at the Luz truck stop with approximately 40. Is it 48 hours? 2 days? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, approximately. I don't think it's a third day, but I'm just trying to think where I was. And it's not coming to me where I was 2 days ago. Come up out of Houston, had that problem, Huntsville to Belleville, Kansas, in the top 5 worst love truck stops in the country, in my opinion. I remember. Yeah, so that was 2 days ago. Anyway, let's introduce the equipment. Got a nice little 5/8 here, and it says on the front side, it says number 421 Barber's Pet. So let's show that to you. Number 421 Barber's Pet, and the backside says Simmons Hardware Company, manufacturers and distributors USA. So I take that to mean this is US steel. Yeah, there. That's a good image. That's a good image, and acrylic scales, 5/8 square point of sorts. And so we'll set that down off. I had very hot water in both the shower and the basin, so very pleased with that. We're using the, what I believe is a 28 millimeter Zenith boar bristle brush, and it's just, I like this brush. And it's just, I haven't used the bought them over a year ago, 4 or 5 different Zenith brushes, not counting the Sterling Soap Company Big Monster 31 millimeter. And so this has been soaking in the hot water. I'll put it back in for a minute. And still using the Watchman by Zingari Man. And I described it, and I want to thank Martin Test Shaves for his compliment on the way I described it, as calling it the scent of a dirty ocean. You know, a lot of the aquatic scents are very sweet, they're very pleasant, and it's not to say this one's not pleasant. Maybe I'm making it more complicated. Maybe I need to go to the website, read the scents, the comment. I just call it a dirty ocean. I like the scent of it. It's very masculine, it's very outdoor, and it smells like just like what you might see come splashing off of that lighthouse right there. Very delightful. All right, so let's get started and get, there's nothing off of that, so there's nothing to do. Started the day this morning. Alarm went off and I got up at 03:30 this morning. That's 3 in the morning for you kiddos that don't want to work and get up in the morning. And I was 168 miles from Salt Lake City. My delivery this morning was in Salt Lake City. You may remember Monday I said that my loading got all fouled up and they took 10 hours away from me, and they didn't give me anything, reprieve. They did not give me any extra hours on the back end of the load, so I could have delivered tomorrow morning. They wouldn't do that for me. And I was not pleased about it, because that meant I had to drive 2 days of 700 on average. One day was 695, and the other day, yesterday was 750, miles. 750 miles to make, and then I had to drive in from Green River, Wyoming this morning, 168 miles into Salt Lake City, and my wheels were rolling at 10 minutes after 4 this morning. And so it's, the unload went fine. They got me unloaded and out of there in approximately 2 hours, which is kind of on average of what it takes. Some can do it faster, some can do it takes them slower, so whatever. And so I got out of there about 10 minutes, 15 minutes after 9 a.m. this morning. Oh, it just smells wonderful. Maybe a little blunt to the nose for some. It's not a sweet scent like a lot of aquatic scents are. And so my original intent was to go back to the Love's Truck Stop at Green River, Wyoming, and just call it a day because I was tired. But not to be, for a couple of different reasons, not the least of which my boss said no. No, you gotta get further down the road on the way back. And looking at my total hours that I had available to me, it took me over 30 hours off of 70. No, scratch that, because I had 28 hours, so it took me over 40 hours to get to delivery. And so I've got 28 hours when I left out from the receiver. And you may remember when I went to Portland or Vancouver, Washington a couple of weeks ago, I made it here to Laramie, this very truck stop, in 2 days from Houston. And so I'm going to retrace those steps, and that should get me home on Saturday. And then my boss intends that I should take Sunday and Monday off, reset my hours, and be ready to go on Tuesday for a short Tuesday, Wednesday, be home Wednesday night. He used the word overnighter, and I don't like that. I have a sad gut feeling that it's going to be what I call a midnight express, and I just don't want to. Now, he just may be using a figure of speech. He may put me on an Odessa run where I get loaded on Tuesday, dash out to Odessa, unload on Wednesday morning, and get back in on Wednesday late, which is okay. And I've got doctor's appointments to follow up on this kidney stone issue that I had. And all right, let's get. This was honed, I'm almost sure, on one of the Arkansas stones. I don't know which, it's been too long. It was easily a year ago, last summer, so the summer of 23. And I think, if I remember correctly, that I picked this up from Matt Lukey 3262. I think I'm going to set this one aside. It's just a little tuggy and I may need to rework this, and so yeah. So let's do a couple of things here. Wipe this off really good and dry. And when I get home on Saturday, I will have to take the time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Hofritz that you saw me shave with. And from the last video. All right. So today I got about 560 miles, and that includes for the total on the day, and that also includes the 168 miles from Green River to Salt Lake City, then Salt Lake City to here at Laramie after the delivery was completed. And then tomorrow, we're going to shoot for, we're going to go straight out Interstate 80 to York, Nebraska, turn south on US 81, and shoot for either go back to that Belleville, Kansas location, or try and get a little further south, maybe Heston, Kansas, maybe McPherson, Kansas. There's a nice Love's at McPherson. I did bring my shears, barber shears, in and gave myself a haircut before the shower this evening. Well, just moving along here, just don't have a whole lot to say. Something I haven't said in a while is how much I enjoy shaving with a straight razor. It might take a little longer than with a cartridge razor or a double edge. That's all right. It's a hobby. Lots and lots of residual slickness with this Zingari, man. Yep, it's a good soap. Not quite as what I would like in terms of lathering. It's a little bit more on the oily side, as I sometimes describe those that are not tallow based. All right, that is it for the face shave. It feels just great, just great. All right, next, the head shave. And we're going to use the same razor because I want to. I do have the George Wostenholm, pre-1891, sitting over here on the side in readiness. But we're not going to use it. I got a couple of questions that came to me from viewers, because on this Hofritz that I'm using, the patina and the old staining that's on it, I'm not a restoration guy, and so to ask me questions about what I would do, the only thing I could say about what I would do or not do on this Hofritz razor in an effort toward restoration is I would ensure or make absolute certainty I would do nothing to endanger the gold there. So any abrasion, I understand, even the slightest abrasion can just take that gold wash right off, and I don't want to do that. So that may hinder what kind of restoration efforts one might do, especially if there's a patina behind the gold or mixed in with the gold, which begs a lot of questions. But no, I'm not. Now, the best I did was what I did to that George Wostenholm, and that's all because I took just simple, wet, dry sandpaper and I have a fair amount of that at home that I purchased in various grits, and I just worked it with my hands. There was some staining, well, rust is what I mean to say. There was some rust on it, so we took the rust, I took the rust off. What I first did is I took some pumice soap, like Baraxo or something, you know, like that, with pumice in it, And that took off the heavy. I worked that pretty good with my fingers. And then I work the wet dry sandpaper, just rubbing it up and down, getting it into the nooks and crannies as best I could. And it's not like I went looking on YouTube and say, how do I do this, you know, or watching other guys what they do. Because frankly, the whole restoration, it's not that I wouldn't maybe enjoy it. It's not my cup of tea, number one. Number two, and more importantly than anything else, is that because of my home time, I've got barely 2 days now, or even a day and a half at home. And so, no, it would require more time than I want to give it, given my home time. And it just doesn't, because of that, it doesn't interest me. And even beyond that, restoration work is something that generally does not fit my personality type. I'm not a mechanic. I don't restore old engines or old automobiles. And there's no telling what my interests lie more in, and this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe not if you know me or have ever talked to me on the phone, lie more in the academic or the pastoral. If you've watched me for very long, you know I've made reference to having been a pastor, got a master's degree in ministry. But yet here I am driving a truck, which may be an interesting commentary on our day and age. But I saw an article where churches in Europe are starting to fill up. Again, more people are going because they realize just how badly the left has let the people down. And so maybe the Europeans still have something left to show us. American settlers. And I say that somewhat tongue-in-cheek because it was they who came here and settled America. From the Anglicans to the Pilgrims and the Quakers to the Congregationalists. You know, there's just all those that came here from the old country. Well, I'm going to go out to the truck and my refrigerator, and I'm going to find me some good food that my wife has made that I carry with me. and I always have enough for the entire trip, even though I will cheat sometimes and eat something in the whatever store, whatever restaurant is in the Lowe's truck stop, and that may range from Chester's Chicken to Subway sandwiches to Hardee's and Carl's Jr.'s hamburgers. And also depending upon how many free points I've got on my Love's card. And can I get a sandwich? And can I get a full meal? And can I get all the stuff that goes with it? Now I already get all the free drinks that I want because there's a points and reward system that Love's gives you based upon the number of diesel gallons that you purchase within the month. And I'm always either a platinum or a diamond being the highest, and you get a certain number of points based upon how much diesel you buy, and as you accumulate gallon purchases, 500, 1,000, 1,500 gallons, you reach these different plateaus and they give you free showers and free drinks. And that's why everybody likes to come here and park here versus some of the other truck stops, because their rewards programs are not as generous or easy to calculate. As Love's is. And it's always about the number of points and the free showers and the free drinks. Okay, there we go. I think we're done. So let's do a rinse off. Let's do a Allen block. And so Hofritz, made in Germany. Good little razor. And you can find these easily enough on eBay. All right. Now, whoops, sorry about that. I like to rinse my brush out, get all the soap down in the water and melted, and bring it back up for a face rinse with all those goodies in the soap, in the water. Take my Allen block. That's a good little shave. That's a good shave right there. Did my washcloth down in the same soapy water. Do a little pat and wipe on the alum. It'll burn your eyes if you're not careful, so keep it out of your eyes. Oh, that just feels so good. All right, that's it. I'm done. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me. And I'll see you down the road. Perhaps next time we'll be from home. We'll see. Bye.